Welcome to the Inside Scoop with Joann and Kelly. Now, consider this short chat a friendly Friday bonus, where they will share the inside scoop on some of their favorite things in the creative world. From fashion, travel, art, and product recommendations. Inquiring minds get ready, because Joann and Kelly are happy to share.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the Inside Scoop. Today we are talking about podcasts that you should listen to. Part 1, because there's so many. So we really believe in the mantra of create, collaborate, and celebrate. So today we're going to celebrate other podcasts that we listen to regularly and share the love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll start by categorizing. The first ones are kind of interior design related.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our favorite ones is Business of Home with Dennis Scully.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks all about different things that are happening in the interior design industry, interviewing different guests. And then the second one is Trade Tales, and that one's moderated by Caitlin Peterson. And it's a series of really interesting interviews with designers around the country. We love to see what other designers are doing. And it's everything from scaling a business to hiring and firing, and just all great interior design related information.
I feel like if you want to know that all the news there is, from what happened to Mitchell Gold-Bob Williams, what recently happened to Timothy Corrigan and AD, what happened to, you have to listen to Business of Home.
Yes.
It's just the amount of content they produce is really amazing.
They're really on top of everything.
Yeah.
Dennis Scully has a great voice.
And so does Caitlin Peterson.
To listen to as well. Yeah, they're both. These are really like kind of the
line,
top of the line in our industry for sure.
Mm-hmm. And another one that we listen to regularly is Joann Kelly, and she is a well-designed business. She's got a gazillion episodes.
Yeah, I mean, she's I think close to 1,000. We were on her podcast once.
Yes.
She's had people on there 2 and 3 times, and just gives great business advice.
Great business advice. Yes. So I'd say those are some of our top, but also Brand Therapy is another one to listen to. We've had Phil Pallen on the show several times, and also his right hand, Lauren Moore, and they talk a lot about, I mean, everything from PR, branding, marketing, a lot of conversations right now about AI.
He just gives so many nuggets of information. He just is one of those people that after you listen to him, you've got a lot of notes and things that you can really take into action right away, which you can't say that a lot about a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. And he's very funny. Yeah. Okay. So in the category of kind of think more, feel more, do more, I always recommend to my friends Kelly Corrigan Wonders. Kelly is a best-selling author. She happens to be my sorority sister. She's got one of those reading voices that just makes you want to listen. Her vocabulary, I love. I'm always picking up a few new vocab words here and there. One of her all-time top episodes, if you just want to dip your toe into what her podcast is like, you have to listen to the one on Anthony Ray Hinton. He's the guy that was in jail for
how many years?
Decades for a crime he did not commit. And he wrote a book, The Sun Does Shine. And I was sobbing by the end of that show. It was so good. His attitude and his outlook on life after being in prison for all those years for a crime he knew he never did commit was totally beyond. Yeah. So dip your toe in that one.
Yeah. The 2021 episode of the year.
Yeah.
For her. Yeah.
Amazing.
And then Oprah, Super Soul Sunday. If you've read The Covenant of Water, if you haven't, you need to. She is going. Are they coming up, or are they already out there?
This has already been happening. So the author, Abraham Verghese, she interviews him for 6 episodes, all about just himself as an author. He's really a physician. Yeah. And all about how the book came to be. Yeah. And I thought, since we just recommended that book on recent.
Well, it's interesting because we just recently spoke at ADAC and talked about some of our favorite podcasts. And if you are not a podcast listener, there's so many reasons to listen. Number one, like that first part, education you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
This other one is being able to feel something, like when you've read a really good book and it really captures you. If you've really listened to a good podcast or listened to a guest, someone who's really, really inspirational, it changes you.
It does.
And that's kind of like these couple of ones that we're talking about. They really get you, in the heart and soul of different people.
Yes, absolutely. And then in kind of the category of more lighthearted, you turned me on to this one, Wiser Than Me.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus, she talks to women that are over 60, celebrities, actresses, authors, and kind of asks them what's their secret to keep, that keeps them kind of going. And if you're a woman who's, over 50, it's so great to hear about these women's lives and what they've done and how they've gotten there. But one of my favorite episodes was with Carol Burnett. Mm-hmm. The woman has so much to say and is so young in her mind, and it's just really great episodes. I think there's only one season, and I think there's maybe 6 episodes, but a really good one.
Yeah, for sure. And then Salad with a Side of Fries is a show that when we very first started podcasting, we were listening to her, and her nutritional nuggets, and I think this is one of the best named podcasts I've ever come across, because I think it really shows her attitude towards nutrition, that can be very approachable. And
she gives hacks and she gives recipes. I mean, it's another good one. Just learning things you didn't know in regard to nutrition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in terms of learning things that you might not know, my friend Dina just introduced me to the Mel Robbins podcast, which I'd never listened to. And she has an episode that just came out called The Number One Menopause Doctor. And since we have quite a large female audience, we thought that you've just got to go and watch this one. The way this doctor teaches and educates and talks about menopause and all the ways that it really turns our lives as women completely upside down and makes us all feel crazy and chubby and slow and with brain fog and frozen shoulder and all these crazy things. I thought it was so enlightening and made me feel I just like everything was going to be okay.
I just love to learn. And then sometimes if you don't have the time, to listen to things like a lot of the crime, people are really into the
I figured that would be
crime ones.
We have so many.
There's episode upon episode, but if you just want something kind of quick, my husband and I will sometimes just listen to the Dateline ones.
Yes.
And they're like, 45 minutes. And
those are always good.
Those are always good. So listening is
I didn't
fun.
even listen to podcasts really until we started ours 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just feel smarter when I listen to podcasts. I feel enlightened. I feel inspired and encouraged, entertained.
It opens up conversation with other people. We talked about the menopause one in our meeting yesterday because we're all women and we're all of that age. So it makes you a little smarter and makes you a little bit more of a conversationalist.
Yes, more interesting for sure. So tune into those. And like I said, this is just part 1 because there's so many to share, and we didn't even tap into all the doctor deaths and the crime and and all those mystery ones that are so good. But we encourage you to really dive into the world of podcasts, and we appreciate you watching and listening to ours.
Okay. And that is the Inside Scoop.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining Joann and Kelly for this fun sidebar chat. We hope you learned a thing or two and will share with your friends. Listen to the Inside Scoop every other Friday, and feel free to reach out to them anytime at Kandrac-Kole.com.